Hey everyone, do you want to learn how to make edits like this? Today I'm going to show you how to create this edit step by step. Everything will be clear, straightforward and without any useless filler. We will be working in After Effects and I will walk you through the entire process from start to finish. Before we start, I want to mention that this particular style is inspired by Fictic edits. The idea behind the edit is completely his, and I recreated it because it's simply easier to demonstrate the workflow this way instead of coming up with something entirely new. But of course, if you already have your own concept, go for it. My goal here is to show you the techniques that will help you bring your own ideas to life. Using this example just perfectly demonstrates the skill itself and what you can achieve with it. This tutorial is split into several stages, from the basic cutting of clips and transitions to masking, tracking, adding text and applying different effects. By the end you will have a fully finished edit built completely from scratch. Alright, I won't waste your time, let's jump straight into the tutorial. First, we start with a basic cut and some audio work, nothing complicated here, just create a new composition, go to composition and new composition. You can copy my settings, the resolution I'm using, or you can set your own if you already know what format you want to work in. Make sure to set the frame rate to 60 fps. Also name your composition edit, it will make things easier later when you have more comps. Then just click OK. Next, go to your project panel and drag in all the scene specs you need. In my case, these are Squid Game and the movie Spider-Man 3. Rename the files however it's convenient for you, so you don't get confused later. For example, with Squid Game I renamed the clips based on the character. In my case, the Salesman, so I called them something like Salesman Season 1 and Salesman Season 2, just so it's easier to navigate. Once you have imported everything, pick the scene spec you need and drag into the timeline. You will see it appear there, and now you need to find the exact part you want, the beginning and the end of the segment. When you find the starting point, move the playhead to the frame and press Ctrl-Shift-D. This splits the clip and you can delete the unwanted part with backspace. Then move the playhead to where the scene ends, press Ctrl-Shift-D again, and that gives you the trimmed segment you need. After that, just drag the scene to the beginning of your timeline. Then, using the same method, trim the rest of the clips you need. I assume most of you already know how to do this, but in case there are absolutely beginners watching, I'm explaining everything in detail. After the trimming, I ended up with something like this.
Originally, we thought that this man, Dennis Carradine, fell at large.
What are you talking about?
This is the man who killed your husband. His name is Flint Marco. He's a...
You got this wrong.
Let's play again. Right now.
Now you can lower the audio. To do this, click the little arrow, open audio, and here you can change the audio levels. I also need to trim a small part of the character's dialogue, because I don't need it. We are going to replace that line with AI voiceover anyway.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
In some scenes, if you can still hear the original background music from the movie or show, you will need to cut it out so it doesn't interfere. Here's how to do that. Select fragment you need, put the cursor at the beginning and press B, and then press N. Then go to File, Export, Add to Render, choose Lossless, and here choose MP3 format. Go Format Options and copy my settings. Then press OK and just render. Then open Vocal Remover website and here drag your audio and then wait until rendering is finished. Then check what you have.
You got this wrong.
And save just vocals and add to your project. And then don't forget to turn off your previous sound. Next step is to cut out a clean sample of the character's voice that you want to clone. In my case, that's Captain Stacy. I mute all the other audio tracks and leave only his voice. Make sure to render at least 10 seconds, even if the character only speaks for 5 seconds, add 5 seconds of silence, because the website won't let you upload anything shorter than 10 seconds. As you can see, I select a 10-second segment on the timeline and render that part in MP3 format. Next, open the Minimax website in your browser and log in using Google. Then click Voice Clone and press Add or drop a file to upload your rendered voice clip. Make sure it's at least 10 seconds long. As you can see, mine was only 2 seconds at first and I didn't realize this, so I had to redo it later. After that, select the language, type the text you want, check the box and click Generate. Once it's done, you will have the cloned voice and can listen to it. If you are not satisfied, you can generate it again. This AI tool is completely free, so here I demonstrated that 2 seconds is not enough. Next, go back to After Effects and drag in the generated voice. Place it on the timeline where you need it.
Your uncle's killer. Originally, we thought that this man, your uncle's killer. Originally, we thought that this man, your uncle's killer.
What are you talking about?
This is the man who actually killed your uncle.
You got this wrong.
Let's play again. Right now.
Now we move on to working with masks. We need to mask out this character here and replace him with another one. Select the clip, right click on the empty space and create a new null object, then cut it to the end of your segment. Then select a clip, go to the tracker panel and click track motion. You will see the tracking points appear, play them just like I do. After that, hit play to track the motion gradually and make sure the points don't slip. If you noticed they are not following the movement correctly, pause track motion and adjust them manually, frame by frame, until they are perfectly fixed. This is very important to ensure the movement is as smooth as possible. When tracking is finished, click Edit Target and here choose null you created, press OK and click Apply and OK. Then choose Full for quality preview, also select Pen tool, make sure that rotobaser is off and just draw a rectangle like me. After that, put it under your null object and create a new text layer. Click here, New, and create text. And now write your text. Next, position your text wherever you want. You can also change the font and adjust its size. When you finished, enable motion blur on null object, text and rectangle, then select text and rectangle and link it to null object. And cut to the length of your clip. Here's the result we got. Yes, in same spots it looks a little rough, but don't worry, we will fix everything soon and it won't be noticeable at all. Next we move on to working with a mask, specifically cutting out this photo. To do this, go to Effects and Presets, find Mocha and apply it to your main scene. And then click Mocha and this interface will appear. Here we have different tools, the cursor with a plus sign for adjust the mask, the hand for moving around the frame, scroll your mouse wheel forward and backward to scrub through frames, the magnifying glass for zooming in and out, and the pen for creating the mask. Now we are going to create the mask. Follow along. Simply create a mask and start tweaking it. Press play and pause to check if the mask is tracking correctly. If the movement is sharp or not smooth at first, it's easier to create the mask scrub forward with the mouse wheel and adjust the position manually. For sudden movements, it's better to fix them manually, and then you can start tweaking so the program can track the mask properly. When your render is finished, click here and close the Mocha, open Mate, create masks, and your mask will appear. Then click M on your keyboard and change your mask to Subtract. Now you need to add the photos of the characters you want. In my case, it's Tyler Durden. I didn't go all out like Fictic and generate them. I just found images online and made my own footage. Of course, if you have experience with an AI that can generate character images or swap faces, that's a bonus and will make the process faster, but I'll show you a full workflow using basic resources. So press Ctrl N combination. Also rename your composition to Tyler and change the resolution and press OK. Then open project panel and add here the images you downloaded before. After that, add your images to timeline and increase the size of it. Press S on your keyboard, increase the scale and change the position. Then choose pen tool and draw a straight line, holding shift, and align it to the center. Then choose your photo, select mask and create a mask on your photo. Then repeat all these steps for your second character picture. After that, go back to the edit, go to project and find here your footage and just drag it to your timeline and cut it. But I forgot to add the black and white effect, so come back to your footage, pre-compose your photos, go to effects and presets and find black and white, add black and white and go back to the edit. Then open mask settings for your clip, like me, open your mask layer and change the values for this option. This feature either adds edges to your mask or crops them. Personally, I like to slightly increase the edges of the created mask. Next, select your clip and link it to your null object, so it follows the null's movement. And as you can see, the result looks, well, not great yet, so fix it by adjusting the position. Press P on your keyboard, just select your clip, press P and change the position. Also increase the scale to get rid of the black edges. Then adjust the rotation. Press R on your keyboard and rotate it until it looks right. If you noticed the movement still looks off at some parts, that happened to me while recording this, you can simply animate it manually. So just press R or P, place the playhead where you want the animation to start, click the little stopwatch and then go through the movement frame by frame, adjusting the position. As you can see in the background, it's really basic stuff and I am sure most of you already know how to do it. Now you need to hide some bad moments. To do that, create adjustment layer and cut it to the length of your clip, delete unnecessary part and go to the effects and presets and find as blur curves. Then add to your clip, go to the disk and click on clock, press U on your keyboard and change the position of your keyframe, and at the beginning put 0.3. Select the keyframes, press F9, go to the edit value graph and just repeat my graph. Now you need to adjust this hand animation, because right now it looks really strange. The fingers are going under the photo, which obviously shouldn't happen. So let's fix that. So select your clip with Mocha mask, press Ctrl C, then Ctrl V, and from your new clip delete Mocha, and also press M and delete the mask. You don't need it now. Change the quality for preview, and again go to Effects and Presets and find Mocha. Add to your new clip. Open it, but I forgot to off this option because you have glitch on your fingers, so I off it, and then I just create the mask as we did before, just only 4 fingers. Next, if the movement is too sharp and the mask doesn't stick to the fingers properly, just scroll frame by frame with your mouse wheel and animate it 1 frame at a time until the mask follows correctly when you press play. You can also just hit play, then stop and adjust the position afterwards. Work in whatever way feels more comfortable. It's the exact same principle we used before, only now we are masking around the fingers. When the rendering process is finished, click Save Mask, close the Mocha, open Mate, and click Create Masks. Now you have your animation, but you need to change mask edges. So make it move smoother, press F and increase the size. Then also don't forget about drop shadow. Find drop shadow, add to your clip with fingers and just change the values for drop shadow. Now you need to work with your other clips. At head tracking, select a clip, go to tracker, stabilize motion and change the position for a track point and increase it a little bit, and then click play. When the rendering process is finished, click apply, then OK. Also you need to fix these black bars, go to effects and presets, find motion tile, add to your clip, repeat my settings. Also change the scale, press S and change the position. And also don't forget about this option. After that, you do the exact same thing for any clips that need head tracking. In my case, that's Captain Stacy and a few other shots. The principle is the same. Select a clip, open the tracker panel, choose stabilize motion, you will see a track point, drag the track point onto the nose or any area you want to track and slightly increase its size. Then click play to start tracking. Once it's finished, click apply. After that, just scale the clip up a bit, adjust the position, add motion tile, copy my settings for motion tile and enable the option I'm using. That's basically whole workflow. Sometimes you might get a small glitch at the very beginning or end of the clip because of that final option. Don't worry, it's normal. Just trim a little piece of the start, turn that option off for those frames, and that's it. Also add some zooms for your clips. Just copy your first zoom, change the size for your adjustment layer, and also change the values for the dist, animate it as you want. It's really easy, guys, and I thought you all know how to do that. Next, guys, you are basically doing the same thing with the mask that we did at the beginning. There's nothing complicated here, so I won't go through every tiny detail again. I'll just quickly recap. Create a new null object, choose the layer where you want to track the mask, open the tracker panel and click track motion. You will see the track point appear. Don't forget to enable rotation, so you are tracking both position and rotation. Place those two tracking points just like I showed you before and start the tracking. Do it slowly and carefully so the track points don't slip off. That's really important if you want a smooth and clean track. Once the track is finished, hit Edit Target and switch the target layer to the new null object you created. After that, you don't need to recreate the text and the rectangle. Just copy the one you used earlier and pre-compose it for convenience. Then place it where you need it, parent it to the null, and that's it. If there's something in the moment you don't like, you can always fine-tune it manually with position or rotation keys. But honestly, it already looks clean enough. Nobody will notice if the animation slips a tiny bit. You can see in my edit that everything looks perfectly fine. Next, you should end up with something like this. I also created a photo for Salesman, just like I did for Tyler. It's literally the same process as in the previous step I showed you, so there is nothing new or complicated here. Hopefully everything is clear and you will be able to handle this part without any problems. The only new thing you will have to do here is add one more mask. The first mask was used to cut out the space for the salesman, and now we need a second mask underneath to place Tyler again. This part is actually even easier. Place your playhead at the very beginning of the mask, grab the pen tool and simply draw the mask shape, then select a clip, press M, and you will see the mask animation settings. Enable the stopwatch at the start and then go frame by frame, adjusting the mask's position as needed. Yeah, this kind of work isn't the most fun. It's very precise and a bit tedious, but the shots here are short, so it goes by pretty quickly. You can see exactly how I'm doing it on the screen. Again, nothing complicated. Just don't forget to change the mask mode to subtract afterwards. Next, under the mask layer and under the salesman layer, add the photo of Tyler Durden. The same precomposition you created earlier, adjust the position however you need it. You don't even have to attach Tyler to anything. The movement here is minimal.
Originally, we thought that this man, your uncle's killer.
What are you talking about?
This is the man who actually killed your uncle.
Next, on this clip, if you want to match what Fictic did, you need to animate the position and add that shutter effect. It's actually really simple. I think by this point you already understand the logic. I'll just briefly explain while you can see everything on the screen. Just select a clip and open the position properly. Move the playhead to the beginning, hit the stopwatch, go a few frames forward, and then adjust the position to create a smooth sliding motion. After that, select the keys, press F9, go into the graph editor, and you can simply copy my graph. On the right side I set it to 80% and on the left to 60%. Then take the last part of the clip and trim it, right click on it, go to time and choose freeze frame. Now that frame is static, which allows us to add the explosion effect afterwards. After that, go to effects and presets and find shutter effect and add to your freeze precomposed clip. Then choose here rendered. Now you have bricks, but you need to change it to glass. Also, you can play with these settings or you can copy mine. It exactly doesn't matter, just change the radius to 0.8 and put gravity to 6. Also animate the opacity, and that's it.
Originally, we thought that this man, your uncle's killer.
What are you talking about?
This is the man who actually killed your uncle.
You got this wrong.
Next, guys, we are doing the third mask, and again it's literally the same process as with the first one. All the same steps, nothing new at all. If on the second mask we added an extra one, here we just repeat everything exactly the same we did at the first mask. Work until the moment where you add the salesman photo. Once you place his photo, you can flip it horizontally, throw transform, just click right mouse button, transform and flip horizontal, so it looks like Toby is actually looking at him. I think you get what I mean. Next, go to effects and find optic compensation. Apply it to the salesman photo layer. This effect will give the page a bit of a broken or distorted look, like at the original footage. Check the box, increase the value to your liking and adjust the position as needed. I also recommend to change the opacity of the salesman photos so they are not too bright. Around 50% works well. Also, you can add a Gaussian blur to the salesman photo layer. This will make the shot look more natural and organic. Next, you need to add a few more white flashes to some of the clips. This is extremely easy to do. If you are not sure how, you can see exactly how I'm doing in the background. It's a very simple process. You also need to add a black and white effect to the shot with Salesman, so we can place Uncle Ben from Spider-Man 3 into the same cinematic universe. And the final step is adding camera shake. At the moment of the explosion, create a new adjustment layer, go to Effects and find S-Shake and apply it to the adjustment layer. Place the playhead in the middle of the adjustment layer and enable keyframes by clicking the stopwatches. Then move to the beginning of the layer and set everything to 0. Do the same at the end, set everything back to 0. This will give you a nice subtle shake. You can also tweak the settings to get the exact look you prefer, and that's it. Now we are moving on the final mask work, and honestly this is the most annoying mask you will ever deal with. After this step you are probably going to hate masks even more. We have already created a ton of masks today, but this one is the largest and the most painful. I spent almost an hour just cutting out this shot alone. What do you need to do? Again, same process as before. You draw your mask, but this time you have to do it frame by frame. Because the character in this shot moves really fast, turns his head and the mask keeps slipping off, so you constantly have to adjust it and make sure it doesn't slide away. Once you finish that, you do everything exactly before, open Mate, create the mask, and then don't forget this part. Select clip, press F and increase the mask feather. This softens the edges so the mask looks more natural. Set it to around 20 or 25.
Originally, we thought that this man, your uncle's killer.
What are you talking about?
This is the man who actually killed your uncle.
You got this wrong.
Let's play again. Right now.
And after that, add the music you want, open audio levels and place your keyframes on the beats, so the cuts switch exactly on the beat. Add to place a marker, so you know where to cut on the beat, just press the R3 key on your keyboard. Next, after you have cut all the scenes you need for every shot, where you want to add head tracking, make sure to apply motion tile so you don't get black bars on the top and bottom, and always enable blending frames. Double click at the very time on very clip so it's active everywhere. This boosts your footage to a smooth 60 fps. Now Fictic uses two methods of slow motion. The first one is regular time remapping. Here's how to do it. After you add your head tracking, pre-compose your clip, then press Ctrl-Shift-T. Move your playhead to the middle and add a keyframe there. After that, go to the end of your clip and copy your first keyframe, select it, press Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V to paste it. Then select all the keyframes, press F9, open your graph editor and simply copy my graph settings, or experiment and adjust the curve however you like. Now you need to add smooth zooms. To do this, create adjustment layer again, got it. Then enable motion blur, go to effects and presets, find as blur curves, add your adjustment layer, click on clock near the disc, press U, and then just copy the keyframe you have, and then repeat my graph. So on your next clip, add simple twixtor, just pre-compose your clip, then go to effects and presets, and I already have saved preset, so I just add it, press U, and by holding Alt drag the keys. I can show you my graph of this twixtor, so you can copy it. Also, I recommend it, but actually it's not even a recommendation, you have to do it this way. Let's say your previous zoom or twixtor animation on the last clip is either longer or shorter than what you need on your new clip, and you want to copy it over. But after you passed it and press U on your keyboard, you see that the keyframes don't match the length of your new shot. In this case, you don't just grab the keyframe and drag them, you select all of them, hold Alt and then drag. Why hold Alt? Because it lets you stretch or compress the keyframes without breaking the animation curve you created. The graph stays exactly the same. If you move them without holding Alt, your entire curve gets messed up. Next you need to recreate this effect. It's actually very simple. We will need to work with a mask again, but don't worry, this one will be much easier. Here's what you do. Open the clip that you already slowed down, either with regular time remapping or twixtor. Copy that clip, paste it back onto the timeline, drag it forward and slightly extend the beginning so you get a single frame. After that, right click, time, and freeze frame. Now we have a regular freeze frame. Press U again and remove any hot tracking if you had it. Then simply pre-compose this freeze frame. Then create your mask. For example, I first create the mask for the suit. Then duplicate that layer again with your mask. Paste it back in, remove the previous mask, in my case the suit mask, and this time create a mask just around the head area. After that, check if the mask looks good. If something doesn't look right, simply adjust and refine the mask by pulling its point slightly. Next, you will also need to create white flashes for your masks. Create a new white solid, animate its opacity, and simply copy the mask from your previous layer. Press M, select the mask, hit Ctrl C, then select your white flash layer and press Ctrl V, and that's it. You can also set the blend mode of the white flash layer to add for a brighter effect. Next you need to render your edit, but before you start rendering, make sure to turn off all the zooms, white flashes, shakes, everything. Disable all of that so you are left with clean clips only. This way Topaz can upscale the quality much better. Then just render. I won't focus on the rendering process here since I already have a full tutorial about proper render settings on my channel. In the background you can also see how I render in Topaz. You can pause the video and copy my settings if you want. Also, I recommended rendering your shots separately. For example, first render all the scenes with Spider-Man, the ones where he appears the most, not every single shot individually, but the whole first part of the edit while Spider-Man dominates the footage. Then render the second part, the clips with the salesman, separately, because the scene specs have different quality levels and require different Topaz settings. After rendering is finished, bring it back into After Effects, turn off your previous layers and turn your flashes, shakes, zooms and everything else back on, then just watch and see what you have got. Also, I forgot to show you some effects, for example this effect, how to make it. create adjustment layer, and here put optic compensation, increase the size, and click reverse lens distort, and just animate field of view. Put at the center something like 50, click on clock, go to the end and put 0, and also at the beginning put 0, and look what you have. Also you need some black bars. Create new solid, black solid, press OK, go to effects and presets and find CC JAWs, add to your black solid, here put 0 and here put 100, click on clock near competition, go a few frames ahead like this and put 70 or 80 even, then go to the end and put 100. Select all your keys, press F9 and just copy my graph. Also for some scenes you need shake, so find Twitch, add to your layer, enable light and slide, and also copy my settings. For slide put 25 for slide amount, click on clock at the beginning and then put 0. Press U, select all the keys, press F9 and go to the graph and then copy my graph, and that's it. You also can play with it and put it as you like. Finally, the last step is text animation. In this edit there isn't much text, so it's pretty straightforward. First create your text and type what your character is saying. In the character panel, choose the font and size you want, setting it exactly how you need. You can also enable a 3D layer for the text and use rotation to position it just like Fictic did. Next go to effects and presets, search for fade, and you will see several ready-made presets, fade in, fade out, either word by word or for the entire phrase. Then add it to your text layer, press U on your keyboard and animate the keyframes as needed. It's a very simple and straightforward. You can also add a head writing text writing animation, just like Fictic did. This is also very easy to create. Just select pen tool and enable auto baser, select your text and just create the mask. After that go to effects and presets, find stroke, add to a text layer, all masks, reveal image, and for brush size put 15. Also animate the end, put 0 at the beginning, 100 at the end, go to the graph settings and just repeat my graph, put 80 for the right side, and that's it. You will have something like this. Also go to effects and presets and find increase tracking, add to your text layer, press U on the keyboard, open these keyframes and repeat my graph. Then by holding Alt drag these points, like me, and this effect looks really cool. Also copy this effect for all your text layers. Only for your handwriting text make this effect using scale. You can also animate the position, select your text, click on clock near position, go a few frames ahead and change the position for your text. Then select all your keyframes, press F9, go to graph, edit speed graph and just repeat my graph. 80% for right side and 60% for left side. And by holding Alt you can change the position for keyframes and put it as you like. Also I forgot to show you how to make this opacity transition like Fictic, so I'm gonna show you now. Go to effects presets and search for BCC burn film, add to your text layer. Then for animation put this option, also here change the color to black. Also for this option put 0. Click on clock, go to the end and put 100. Press U on your keyboard and see what you have. So we don't need this black animation, so put here and here 0. And also change scale to 55 probably. And change this position. And now you have something like this. Then add deep glow to your text layers. I already have saved presets, but if you want you can copy my settings, or I just can leave the link in the description and you can download it for free. For this text I just leave only the stroke, I put it 2, and also I have a preset, I found it online, so it's not mine, but it looks great, and I also can leave the link for it. Also for handwriting text I add some gradient ramp like Fictic, change the color here and change the position for this effect. Then you add your color correction, apply any extra effects you want, and finally render and export your edit. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, it turned out much longer than I expected. I really hope it was helpful and clear. It was pretty challenging to me make this video, because English isn't my native language and I had to translate a lot while working on it, so please don't judge my accent too strictly. I did my best and I hope at least visually everything was easy to follow. If you found this useful, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for your attention guys, and see you soon.